When you spend enough time in the woods, you start to stink. Is there a way to shower and to clean off? I've got a product for you today. So honestly, guys, when I get information and invitations from companies from Amazon all the time, the vast majority, I'm like, no thanks, no thanks, no thanks. Every once in a while, I start to work with a company and I'm like, yeah, I kind of like where you guys are going with stuff. So this right here is a portable shower. As you can see, it's basically like a massive hydration bladder for your backpack, but you fill it up. You're gonna clip this thing together, you know, hang it over a branch or something like that. And then you've got this little port here, which is where you're gonna attach this tube and the plastic shower head, like so. Don't worry, we're gonna test this out in a second here. And then open this guy up. Let's see, this way, there it is. Turn that, open it up, and now you got a shower. Now the idea is fill it with water, leave it out in the sun because it's a dark color, it'll warm up, and now you got a warm shower as opposed to a freezing cold one. And they got this other little piece of gear, which is clearly some way to stop the flow of water, which we'll figure out in a minute. But anyhow, yeah, I mean, it's a way to take a shower that's not freezing cold when you're out in the woods or you're camping. So that's the quick rundown of it. I'm gonna fill it up with water. We're gonna leave it in the sun, warm it up, and then we're gonna test it out to see if it's if it's actually warm and actually works well. I'll you know, let the water run. I'll probably sprinkle some water on my head or something like that. It is probably like 38 degrees, so I'm not going to take a full-fledged shower today out in the wilds, but let's give this thing a shot. There's your one component. Here's your other component, and this random little piece. I gotta find out where that goes, but let's put some water in this thing, get it warmed up, and see how it works. All right, as you can see, I'm filling this up now. It takes a long time. That is a lot of water that goes in there, which is awesome because that'll give you a nice long shower when you're actually utilizing it. All right, you can see the bag is there warming up. I put it in the sun here, just like at the edge of my house, because I thought if I hang it from a tree, the shade of the tree is gonna block the sun, so it's not gonna warm up. So I've got it here. We'll see how it goes as far as warming up. I'll explain the nozzle system in a minute. You can hang it via that strap. It's a very strong strap. It is heavy when you actually fill it with water. I will zoom in a minute here to show you down on the bottom there. There's a little thermometer basically to show you what the temperature is. I put lukewarm water in because it's, you know, it could be freezing cold. It could be warm water. Just put something right in the middle. We'll see how quickly this warms up. It is a little bit chilly out today. I would say it's maybe 45 or so. It's not like super warm or super cold. But we'll see how the sun works here to heat this thing up, and then we'll test it out. All right, guys, I am carrying the shower, as you can see, right there over to a tree. We've had some sunlight, but not a ton. But nonetheless, you can see I'm a little sweaty. I just rode the stationary bike. We're gonna set this guy up and see how it works. And we're gonna time how long it takes for this thing to go through all the water. All right, so here it is hanging up. You can see the tube, and I'll show you real quick. So when it's basically crossways like that, that means that the flow of the water is blocked, and then when you turn it, it's gonna start flowing. So I'm gonna start a timer, and we'll show you what it looks like in use. And this thing is, you can see on the back here, I mean, there's probably like 2 inches up, you know, that's open there on the top. But I would say it's very, very full, 90% full. So we'll see how long this thing goes right now. I wish that it was warmer. It's like a cool New Hampshire spring day, but nonetheless, let's give this thing a shot. All right, here we go. So open this thing up. Like this, there we go. There comes the water, as you can see. So to bring this over a little bit so you can see up close. So that is flowing out. Obviously, if I put this up even higher, then I can get a little bit more water flow, but let's change the angle here a little bit. It's like rinse off my head. So works well. You can see the water's flowing out, the timer's running, and I wouldn't call it cold right now. I wouldn't call it hot. It's a little bit cooler than lukewarm at this point. The thermometer on the back I didn't find actually did a whole lot. It didn't change very much. But you could certainly get a thermometer if you want to stick it in there and test it out. But you could probably just tell by letting it sit in the water, in the sun long enough. But I mean, you can see when I put it like this, obviously it's gonna affect the flow. But even like this, it's still coming out, even though that the tube is like that. When I put it like this, the thing rocks. So this this little yellow tab here, I basically put it on and cranked it down so the water doesn't leak around the spigot where it's coming out. But there's a lot of water coming out right now, and I would say it's probably still 75% full. So it's going to be boring for you to watch this happen for a long time. So I'll pause the video and then we'll come back when it's done draining out. We'll let you know how long it took. All right, finally done. Let's check the timer. Okay, so we're looking at about a 6-minute shower. So 5 minutes and 45 seconds, let's say. It wasn't fully filled, as I noted at the beginning. So probably if you fill that extra, 1.5, 2 inches of space, you'd have obviously an even longer shower. So 6 minutes of showering, get some biodegradable soap, scrub yourself down, wash yourself off. That's really nice. And I'll show you in a minute. I rolled it out for you at the beginning, but I'm going to roll it back up so you can see how compact it is. I like this idea, especially if you're going to be in the backcountry for a long time. You've got access to water, which you probably do. Or for like car camping or front country camping, like, you're like, okay, there's no shower immediately accessible. Boom, you got this thing. Especially you leave this out, hanging up somewhere like on the edge of a parking lot where there's a lot of heat radiating. Maybe it's like a dirt parking lot where you're out camping. This thing could heat up nice and quick. So it's just not that hot right now in New Hampshire. So yeah, it takes a little bit longer to heat up, but nonetheless, I think the concept's cool, not super expensive, and yeah. So let me take this thing down, roll it up to show you how compact it can be. All right, so all rolled up, it's like that. I mean, you could definitely slide that down the outside of a backpack, inside of a backpack. Once you use it, I would recommend strapping it to the outside of the backpack so you don't get water, dripping out of the tube and stuff, or out of the actual bag. But that's a really simple way to shower, and yeah, so kind of cool. Like I said, when I first got it, I was like, yeah, I guess I'll check it out. But I like this. Like I said, especially if you're going to be in the backcountry for a while or for front country camping. Pretty compact like that. Sweet. All right, guys, we're wrapping up here. I'm fighting a cold, so if I sound a little stuffed up, that's why. But final thoughts, let's talk about price point. You're looking at about $22 up to $28. They come in a variety of different colors. I'll roll in some shots here from Amazon so you can see that. Looks like $22 is with the 15% off. It also looks like you might be able to get another $10 off. So obviously $22, I have $10, that's $12 right there, I may be reading that wrong on Amazon. So, at the highest end, you're going to pay $28 around there. And then at the lowest end, you may be paying like $12, $13, something like that. So you got not a super high cost, but it seems like, for what you're getting, this is not something that's the ultimate survival tool, but it can make your outdoor experience more enjoyable. To be able to clean off, like I said, front country, back country, whatever it is. The weather is cold today. I'm actually in the state of New York right now, and it's like probably in the like high 20s, low 30s, and it was in the 20s yesterday in New Hampshire. So not ideal for taking a shower or washing off outside, but as the weather gets warmer, you start getting sweaty. Man, you let that thing warm up in the sun, and then, take a nice outdoor shower. Runs for over 5 minutes. It's pretty solid right there. So low cost, I think a high value item. Links down below in the description section if you want to learn more. Feel free to leave comments. If you've used other products like this, like outdoor shower products, for camping, backpacking, etc., I'd love to hear your thoughts. And yeah, let's get that conversation started in the comment section now. All right, guys, thanks as always for checking out the videos here on YouTube. Please subscribe to Everyday Tactical Vids if you haven't done so already. Like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, check us out on Instagram, Tumblr, and Vero as well. More videos coming soon. Take care.